Hello, mana. Welcome. This course, this is a really good topic. It's trigger your fear to develop self-confidence. Yes. So I always say I love to dance with fear. What I'm afraid of, I'll go and I'll tickle it and I'll put my face in it until I grab it by the horns because I need to be able to take control. Fear could actually freeze a person if you allow that to happen. So when you have fear, you don't stay away from it. No, you approach it. Get close to it because you need to be able to overcome difficult situations in life so that you're able to advance in your personal life, professional life, financial life, spiritual life's agenda. So how did we learn how to walk when we were babies? We fell time and time again, and we started crawling because we were afraid to fall. And when we were walking, we would hold ourselves, from the cabinets, the rails, etc. And that's fear. But you eventually fell and got back up and fell and got back up and fell and got back up until you conquered walking. That's how we should see problems in life. That's how we should see fear in life. Not about, oh my God, I'm afraid, I'm gonna stay away. Of course, take calculated risks. There's things that you don't come close to, like you're not gonna stand in the middle of a train track. You're not gonna do that, right? But other situations in life, that are applicable, that where fear freezes you and you can't think and you can't do better, and because you're frozen and because you don't think you can accomplish that and because you're afraid of failure, you're afraid of doubt. No. Trigger your fear to develop your own self-confidence. So in these steps, I'm going to go through the different ways that you can develop your self-confidence. Module 1, triggers develop confidence. Exposing yourself to situations that trigger your fear can help you overcome the actual fear. So if you fear that, get close to it and you're going to be able to overcome that. It's going to help you develop your confidence because now you're going to add a chip on your shoulder and say, I know how to do that. And deliberately lean onto the fear to develop your resilience in any limiting belief that you may have. So in your workbook, you can write, how many limiting beliefs do you have? What are you afraid of? Once you're afraid of something and once you conquer that, you have become yet more resilient. You've added a technique, a skill to your portfolio of skills that you didn't know you had. And that maybe, you've been staying away from for years and that's been keeping you from getting to the next level. So module 1 is triggers develop your confidence. Go and get close to them. Module 2, exposure to fear desensitizes the actual fear. So this process is known as exposure therapy. Go out there, face it, talk to it, manipulate it, touch it, whatever it is that creates crazy fears. And this will be to desensitize you to have a fear-inducing stimuli. Yes, it's a technique. There's people that say, oh my God, I'm a great singer, but I'm afraid of crowds. Through fear-inducing stimuli, they put them in front of the crowd, they push them in front of the crowd, and they start singing, and then voila! You've got amazing artists. A lot of the artists around the world that we know sang beautifully. They knew that, but they were antisocial and they didn't know how to go and sing in front of the crowds. So somebody had to push them into that, into effectively desensitize that fear to be able to conquer it. That exposure is going to help you understand that you've been being held back for such a long time on a fear that's really now a part of you. Now it's a skill that you have and now you can use it, leverage it, barter it in any situation. It's gonna make you a lot stronger. Module 3, personal growth. When you desensitize yourself from the fear, you're growing personally, you're growing in skills, you're overcoming the fears that lead through a maximum personal growth. Personal growth is developed through perseverance. Is overcoming the challenges. And when you face those, you get excited about the opportunity to grow. And guess what happens? You all of a sudden are on this tangent to just like experimenting with everything that you've ever feared in your life. You're gonna be like, if I conquered that, I'm gonna conquer this fear. And then you get over this fear, and then you're gonna try this fear. And so you go on always challenging all your fears. I have been doing that since I was a young kid. I didn't know this was a theory. I didn't know this was a thing. It was innate to me. One of the priests says that I don't have a chip against fear, but this is how I've been able to conquer so much in my life. This is how I've been able to conquer getting back up on my feet after a divorce, how I've been able to conquer financial losses that almost took me to bankruptcy and to lose it all, or to giving up in my industry of healthcare. This is what took me to go up and generate over 9 digits in revenue in my career in the last 14 years. And so it's just not being afraid to fail. I'm desensitized against fear. And if there's something knocking on my door that makes me afraid, it's like I do the contrary. I go and I knock on the door and I want to hold it by the horns. So on your workbook, write what personal growth you've been staying away from because of this fear. And now on the other side, what are you going to do to overcome that fear, to gain that skill for personal growth that you need? Module 4 creates opportunities. When you overcome the fear and you gain that self-confidence, you create opportunities for yourself. You're a renewed person, you're revamped, you're invigorated for success, you have self-confidence, you know that you can conquer it, and any problem that comes your way, you'll be able to figure it out because now you've developed skills against your fear. I would honestly say that people that define self-confidence from fears, overcoming their fears, are a lot stronger mentally than learning a skill that was part of the plan for you to learn, if I must make sense, right? So for example, let's say that you're gonna jump off a helicopter and you had to do that to go and get to this small city where there was a huge treasure box. But you had to learn Dutch. Well, I mean, learning Dutch, it's not a big deal. If you have to learn Dutch to get to the city, to get the gold, you'll learn Dutch, it's not a big deal. But if your fear is throwing yourself off helicopters and you actually get it done, what skill becomes fortified? Conquering the fear of jumping out of a helicopter, or a skill that you learned because you were okay with learning? This skill of overcoming the fear will always make you stronger than the simple okay skill you learned that it was okay to learn, right? So it creates opportunities because now you'll feel fearless for other things that are going to come your way. Module 5 is the achievement. Now that you've targeted, gotten clarity on what your fear is, now that you've faced it, now that you went through the challenge, now you've adopted it as a part of your skill, now you have achievement. And when you go through that, it's going to bring a huge sense of momentum to push you forward, to leverage this positive energy of being the conquistadora in your life for challenges. And you will find that this ability, this change of mindset to conquer your fears is going to allow you to always have solutions for upcoming obstacles. I believe that embracing fear and loving fear is one of the most important skills all humans in this planet have to develop. Again, thank you for joining the Mana Lounge, or wherever you're seeing us. Join our Mana Lounge. It's a global platform for women around the world. I release courses every Monday. You can network. There's women over 19 countries. You have access to your marketplace where you can publish your business or whatever you sell. And share it with your girlfriends. Come and learn these quick courses that I do for you. They're easy to implement and easy to target. I'm here to serve you. You can find me on all social media platforms, The Latina Empire, or at Reflexiona con Perla. I'm here to serve you. Thank you.